So one of the things that people don't understand is that I talk about all these things because I suck at it myself. Now, what we're gonna work on is just how do I take that lunge that we were working on, that single leg squat that I was just working on, and progress it up to the shape that you see in a regular pistol, which is that leg in front of you. We talk about that kind of L seat position. We see that in rope climb. We see that on L seats on parallettes or parallel bars on rings, and then squatting mechanics. Now, if we take this to a box, very simple. I'm just gonna sit down on the box. I'm sitting with my back flat. I'm sitting with my feet flat on the ground, knees slightly turned out. This is an exaggerated way of sitting, but it's nice posture. If I were to stand up, there's no way I could just stand up vertically. I need to lean forward. So this first inclination, that's just basically me changing orientation in space, displacing my center of mass in relationship to my base support, allowing myself to access everything that's in the back and the posterior chain, whoop, create some tension, and it stands me up. A lot of people don't understand that this is okay to do. In fact, it's totally normal. Just because I'm holding a barbell doesn't mean that this is not happening at one level or another. There's a slight displacement. The heavier I go, the less amount of displacement there is, the more I need to get the knees out, the more I need to get the chest up. So this is how we relate the gymnastics or bodyweight stuff to the lifting pieces. But bodyweight stuff, skill development, we're allowed to really displace that center of mass, create exaggerated movements. So this right here is key. Now, if you watched the previous video, you'll notice that I made some fundamental errors. I actually pushed my knee forward. There was some braking there. If you didn't catch that, start studying a little bit more. I got away with it. But notice here, my goal is to keep my shin vertical, knees out. Can I fold over, boom, stand up, use my hips, maintain that shin as vertical as possible. How do I maintain a vertical shin? I push the knees out. So if you look at my shin right now in relationship to my foot, there's an angle going on there. This is not perpendicular. This lower leg is not perpendicular to the ground. So what I do is I push my knee out, it becomes perpendicular. Now I have access to the hip and I can stand back up. So understanding squatting mechanics is essential for this. Let's say I take this into a lunge. So I step back into a lunge, I'm right here, knee is out, that's vertical, knee in, that's not vertical. So knee out, fold over, stand. I take that same progression I did in video number 1 and I bring it here. Good. So I have the lunge, point, foot up, stand. Now, come over to a box. I'm gonna start from the top. Start standing at the top of the box. I'm nice and tall. Arm out in front of me. I'm gonna put my foot behind me. All I'm gonna do is do a step down. And how I'm gonna start this is like this. I'm gonna bend over, back is gonna stay as flat as I can, and I'm just gonna slide down, step back. I can put my foot on the ground. Notice where my hip crease is in relationship to my knee. It's very deep and low. So that's super important. So one more time, I'm here, I bend over, I start coming down, slide, finish. Now from there, I need to stand back up. This is gonna be hard, especially for me right now, I haven't warmed up. I'm gonna bend over, slide the foot up, and step. Notice that there's no pushing off of the back foot. If you look at the back foot, that foot does not jump. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about loading up the system from the top. So I'm gonna lean forward. Now I'm gonna drive the hip up, bend over, stand tall. It's okay if you lean over a lot. So that's drill number 2. Can I take squatting mechanics of pushing hip back, exaggerating a little bit of reality, sitting, and then rolling back up, take it to the box. I'm here, I sit back, step, sitting, lean forward, stand, finish. I cheated that time. You shouldn't cheat.